name is Hart. I'm an author of How to Draw books. I've done a book called Figure It Out, The Beginner's Guide to Drawing People, and Human Anatomy Made Amazingly Easy. And today I'm going to show you how to draw some human heads at different angles, and the faces and the components. So for this, I'd like you to remember the acronym CAD. Components, angles, and depth. Those are the three main things that make a face look convincing. You know, we all see the human face more than anything else, so we know what it's supposed to look like, yet we have trouble drawing it sometimes. You know what it is. You know where everything goes. In fact, if I showed you a drawing that was wrong of the human head, you'd tell me what to do to make it right. But sometimes it's still hard for us to draw it from scratch. So my job is to show you how to draw what you already know. So you'll say, oh yeah, that's how the eye goes. Yeah, I know that, I know that. So let's get some I know that's going, and we'll start right now. Now here's something that many people don't think about, which is that there's a shadow cast on the eye. You see, the light comes from above, hits the top of the eyelids, and puts a shadow on the eye. And where does it fall? It falls right here, so there's a little bit of a shadow that covers the pupil. And this is very important. This little thing makes a big difference in making the eye look convincing. So now I'm going to shade in the iris area. And maybe we'll blend that a little bit more with a shadow, a little gradating here. Make this look a little bit luminous by erasing just part of it, but leaving it a little smudgy so it doesn't look like it's completely white. It gives a little luminosity to the bottom of it. Now we're always going to make the top darker on men and women. The upper eyelid is always the darker one. And since the eye is facing this way, this is the tear duct, so I will extend this. And also show where the eye is, where it ends right here. So the tear duct will be dark. Now, we talked about the shadow on the pupil, but that's not the only place that you have shadow. And believe it or not, this gives the eyes depth. Without this, they look flat. This is looking a little flat right now. So what we do is we shade the top of it where the shadow falls. Now we do this lightly because it is very subtle, but it makes a difference. Some people leave this out, and I think it'd be great if you tried this out and see if you'd like to put this in. You see how the nose looks kind of flat right here? And the reason it looks flat is because it doesn't have any sides. It looks up here as if the nose were flat. So what we do is we add mass to the sides right here. Make it look like it gradually goes down from a high angle, high level, to the face plate below. To do that, sort of shade at an angle. And it's light too. Even the area we don't have defined lines, you'll still add a little shadow. And if the light is coming from here, this will be a little darker than the other. We'll add shadow here as well. It'll be cast in that direction, a little under the eyelid, under the nose, and a little on the nostril as well. If it's a cast shadow this way, then the shadow under the nose goes in that direction as well. A little bit here, a line or two. Now, I'm going to erase this, and you'll see the difference between a nose without the shadow and nose with. This looks like it has thickness. This looks kind of flat. Now we're going to give her the lips, nice protruding lips. And you don't have to always finish this line here between the lips. The eye kind of does it for you. It's kind of a nice style to use that. They come together in the middle this way at that angle. Again, define the lip just a little bit at the edge here, and then go in for the chin. Notice the chin is not quite as strong a chin as on the man's chin. Yeah. Goes back a little bit further and like this. And now we'll darken this in. Like so. Add a little bit of shadow underneath it. Shadow here. And a little touch of it over here. You bring the edge down just a little bit so that you complete the lip. And you know, even in the side view, the eye has some roundness to it. And we need to give her the eyebrow, which goes right up to the edge of the profile. Like so. And we'll add a little darkening here. We can add a little bit of eyeshadow here. It would actually, the shadow under the eye is good shading, regardless of whether it's a man or a woman right there. And you can darken the hair in. And it looks nice to darken the edges rather than darkening all through. And the light hits these smooth areas and reflects more. These choppy areas are not as good as reflecting light as a bunch, so they look a little darker. Shadow here. And there you go.